What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the second episode of the Storm Center. I am so happy to announce that we are 1-0. It's great. It's so great that the Orlando Storm's 1-0. What a win. What a crowd. What a statement. I'm super excited to be recording this episode for you. I have a lot in store for you guys today. We have my game thoughts. We have the weather forecast. I'll talk about the next game this week, hot takes, and then I have some questions that Coach Beck answered that I want to show you guys. So it's going to be a great episode. Let's strap in and let's do this. The Orlando Storm won their last game against the Columbus Aviators last Sunday. It was a great game. The crowd was great. I had a fun time in the Storm Surge. I know everyone there had a great time, but there's still some work to be done. I just want to do a quick recap of kind of the stats and my thoughts about the game. Corbin and Dotson, they both combined for 96 rushing yards. Corbin had 66, Elijah had 30. Obviously, Corbin had the first touchdown, and then he scored an additional other one. It was a great game for the running backs. I'd say one of the few teams that established their run this weekend. So that's great to see. Mark Colombo, great offensive line coach, really had them boys up front protecting the running backs. Um, just an overall great game. Jack Plummer, 77% completion percentage. That's pretty good. He threw for 240. I know he had some rushing yards. He threw a touchdown to Roland. That was unbelievable. That was a great pass by him. I know he had that flip pass to Dotson. Um, let's talk about the receivers, man. Elijah Badger. What a dog. 4 catches, I believe. 127 yards. He got stripped of a touchdown by Chris Rowland, but Chris Rowland made up for it by scoring a touchdown of his own. Chris Rowland is vet. He's just such a skill asset to this wide receiver group. He brings leadership and a lot more. So I'm very happy to have those guys on the team. KJ Hamler had 3 catches, 28 yards. He's gonna have a lot better games. He is super fast. He is so talented. I promise his breakout game's coming soon. Then you had Connor Fox. Um, and give it up for Elijah Dotson, y'all. What a receiving back. He played great in the receiving game. He had 46 yards, with only 3 receptions. He demonstrated really good pass blocking, running the ball, and catching. So not much you can ask for there. He demonstrated really good football. So yeah, offense played great. There's a few things that I'd like to see cleaned up offensively. I'd like to see offensive play calling get opened up a little more for Plummer with balls downfield, more explosive plays. Um, really, our plays came from Yak yards after catch. With the Badgers touchdown, he caught it at like probably the 7 yard line and broke off for 90 yards. I mean, so I'd like to see more downfield passes. I hope Plummer and Colin Thompson can scheme up a plan against those Kings, and can't wait to see what the offense has Saturday. Defense played amazing. I can't really say much. Those defensive ends and those D tackles, man, I cannot stress enough how important those guys are going to be down the stretch. We had Andrew Parker, who unfortunately is out for the season. I did not see him go down with an injury, so he might have played through an injury that game. But he had 9 tackles. He forced a fumble on the very opening play. Shout out to special teams. I'll get into them. But Andrew Parker played great. Very sad to see him get a season-ending injury. In addition to him, we signed Deion Jennings back, who was with us for training camp, so that's good to see. Then you had Nate Metters with 8 tackles, Josh Minkins with 7, and then you had a 3-way tie with 5 tackles, Jalen Mahoney, Darian Butler, and Michelle Powell. They all had great games. Keyshawn Banks played great. He had 4 tackles, a tackle for loss, which was a sack. He had the pass deflection, which I believe was on 3rd down, which was electric. He is so good, and he's going to get so many more sacks. And he's just a disruptor in that backfield. Next, we have Chris Garrett is another guy I wanted to shout out. he played unbelievable too. I believe he had the highest PFF grade on defense in terms of pass rushing. He had a sack, a tackle for a sack, and I believe a pass breakup as well. So that was fun to watch. I mean, defense balled out. A guy that surprised me most was Josh Minkins. He played great. He had 7 tackles. He had a fumble recovery. He was on the ball. He had a really nice tackle in that goal line stand. That was ended by Lamar Jackson's pass breakup, which was very fun to watch in the Storm Surge right there. Shout out Storm Surge, by the way. So yeah, defense played great. I do think the secondary is going to get more tested this weekend. With the Kings, they have a quarterback that's not scared to sling it, and better receivers than Columbus, I'd say. So I'm excited to see the secondary get tested. And yeah, I just props to the defense, Donnie Abraham. Obviously there's things to clean up. It's week 1, but man, very promising, and I can't wait to see them play even more. Michael Lance is a dog. He kicked a 55-yarder, went 3 for 3 on his extra point attempts. And I can't stress enough how important he's going to be down the stretch. I believe we'll see that 4-point, 60-yard field goal pretty soon because he's got the leg for it. Most of his kicks were good from like 60. So that was very fun to watch, and I was very happy. I didn't get too stressed out when he was kicking. Like, I already knew that was going in. So he's a dog. Before we hop into the next segment, I just wanted to thank you guys for just a great first episode. It was really awesome. I really enjoyed all the support you guys gave me. I appreciate all the, constructive criticism. It's my second show, so I hope it's a little better than the first one. Every episode we're trying to improve. So thank you again for watching. Make sure to subscribe and comment and like. Your support means a lot to me, and I hope we can keep this up. Let's go Storm. Welcome back to the weather forecast. This is where I'm just going to talk about our upcoming game. And our upcoming game is the Louisville Kings. They're coming to Orlando to take RO. We're 1-0. They're 0-1. So I'd like for them to keep their O, if you know what I mean. But no, this game's going to be very fun. I really like Louisville's team. I'm trying to say Louisville right. Louisville. Let me know if I'm doing that right. But Jason Bean's a very fun quarterback to watch. I think they have a fun receiving group. Their defense, I'd say, is better than Columbus's, so they can definitely give us more problems. I believe we'll outcoach Louisville, and I know we will because Anthony Becht and his crew, they're top-notch, y'all. Very top-notch. I don't really like Louisville's offensive and defense coordinators. I was doing film review with Jaron in the Discord, and their defense isn't lined up correctly all the time. Their offense isn't lined up correctly all the time. Jason Bean makes mistakes, but he's also very dangerous. So I believe we need to take advantage of that, and I think we will. Plummer is going to settle in, hopefully get more of a groove. I do want to take some shots downfield. I believe we can beat them over the top with our speed and skill set. I think it's going to be a very fun game. I'll be there again, trying to make as much noise as possible. Hopefully Storm Surge. It's loud. I know it will be. Hopefully there's more people. But no, it's going to be a very fun game. I still have us taking the edge. I think our team is just better. Our running game is going to be better. Louisville's running game did not take off at all last week against Birmingham. So I think we'll take the W. And my score prediction, I believe it's going to be kind of the same score last week. Maybe 28-21 us. And then we play them back to back. So a very good chance to go 3-0. But the only way to go 3-0 is go 2-0. So I'm going to just talk about some of my hot takes. I have 2 hot takes, and then I'm going to talk about my game picks. So my 2 hot takes for this week is that we're going to force 3 turnovers on Jason Bean this week. I believe 2 will come by a fumble. I believe we can get 2 strip sacks against him. And then I believe we'll pick 1 off. I think it's a good chance of happening, but it's a hot take. 3 turnovers is a lot. And we believe we had 1 turnover. but I believe we'll add three. I think like Keyshawn Banks could get a strip fumble, maybe a Lamar Jackson interception, Mark Gilbert, Nate Metters, Micah Abraham. Who knows? But I believe that will be one of our hot takes. And then the second one, I believe we see a big special teams play. Um, we didn't get anything going over special teams in the returning aspect, so I believe we'll get like a 50-yard return or maybe even a touchdown. But the speed with like Hamler and Roland and anyone else we put that back there, I believe we're going to get a big play. I'm not saying there might be a touchdown, but I do believe we get a 50-yard gain or so. So those are my hot takes. I'm going to talk about my game picks because I want to implement that and maybe I can track them. So, first game, we have DC versus Columbus Aviators. By the time I'm recording this, the game has not happened, but I do think DC gets it back in blood and wins this week. I think Columbus is going to have a very good crowd. Shout out Ducky in the flight deck. But I do believe it's hard to count out the defending champs. I mean, they did not look good. Um, I think Columbus looked better than them, but it's hard to rank them low just because they're the defending champs. They have a very nice roster, good coaches. So I got DC taking it away. Kings Storm, like I said, 28-21 us. Not going to get into detail because I already talked about that. Then on Easter Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we have the Birmingham Stallions at the Houston Gamblers. Gamblers did not impress me. They did not impress anyone. I had the Birmingham Stallions. But I do want to say could get an upset because I do like the Houston's Gamblers roster, but just watch out for them. And then we have Tuesday night game at 8. We have St. Louis Battlehawks at Dallas Renegades. This will be a good game. This might be game of the week. I think Kings and Storm edge that out a little bit, but I do have the Dallas Renegades taking it at home at Tuesday night. I love Austin Reed. He's very fun to watch. He was electric. Broke the passing yard record for the UFL in the regular season. Battlehawks did not impress me that much, even though they got the win. They did not impress me. I have Dallas winning, Austin Reed, Tyler Vaughns. Very fun to watch. Um, but yeah, I don't think Battlehawks could pull this one off. They could with their defense, with Peta and Travis Sweeney, both electric, outstanding edges. Could force problems for Austin Reed. We'll see. But those are my game picks. I had the opportunity to ask Coach Anthony Beck and quarterback Jack Plummer a couple of questions, so enjoy these. Hey, Coach, thanks for joining us. You've had a lot of experience with like elite pass rushers in St. Louis with like Feeney and Peta. Now you have Keyshawn and now Chris Garrett again. How's that help you and benefit you guys?
Yeah, I think we had the three of the four highest graded pass rushers in whatever PFF. Some of us like to follow that, but I thought they were outstanding. Banks and Garrett were a problem. If they didn't get home, they got pretty close to it, and you're gonna have to deal with them, you know, all game long. And I'm glad for Chris; he gets an opportunity to shine. I mentioned last year, like his output with the reps that he got were pretty damn good. So. Banks has been a pleasant surprise as he's gone through camp. He had an injury, so he's kind of a late bloomer there, but I did see a lot on film that I liked, and he showed up too, man. So these guys are problems. So it's you're either going to have to waste another guy to help Chip or do whatever. But we've had those problems in St. Louis with our guys for many years. Now we're just a little bit younger and a little bit more juiced up here for the guys that we have, and I'm excited to see them play throughout the season.
Coach, I saw that Devontae Beckett was inactive. I was just wondering if it was an injury decided to sit him and if we had an update on him or any other injuries.
Yeah, he's working on through an injury. He's had a little bit that he nicked up in training camp. We're trying to work through it the best we can. We feel like he'll be back soon, and we'll see. There may be a possibility this week as well, but right now, man, we're just trying to get him as close to 100% as possible. And when he is, excited to see him.
Those were my questions answered by Coach Beck, and I also had a question for Jack Plummer. Thank you for joining us. I just had a question about the wide receiver group and how you feel about it. You have three guys that are NFL skill set. Like, how easy does that make your job for you?
Yeah, I mean it's when you have good receivers, it's easier to play quarterback, and I think maybe all the guys we dressed on the game Sunday had spent time in the NFL, which is really helpful, and the guys know what it's like to play at the highest level, and we just got to keep building some rapport and continue to grow the offense. But it's definitely great to have talented wide receivers.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for episode 2. I hope it was a great one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you again, guys, for so much support on every platform that I'm getting from you guys. I appreciate it so much. Looking forward to this game. I hope you guys are too. And I hope to see you guys on episode 3. Should be a good one. And as always, go Storm.
Go Storm.